Good morning. I'm Judge Tammy Long Hayward. This is the State Court of Clayton County, Courtroom 304. This is the arraignment calendar and the jail calendar for March 10th, 2026. And we're going to start with the arraignment calendar. I'm going to call those cases. If there's an attorney present, they'll respond. Ladies and gentlemen, I do need to know that you are present. So a couple of rules. If you are on the screen, if you're coming in by video, I need to have your first and last name on the screen. I see someone is coming in as iPhone, somebody is Pixel 7a. That tells me nothing about who you are. And if you're having technical difficulties and cannot unmute to let me know that you are here, then a bench warrant will issue, and you do not want that. So please make sure that you activate the cursor next to where your picture is or where you should be. You should see a blue box with 3 white dots. Click on that. When you see the pull down menu, you're going to rename. Click on rename. When you rename yourself, put your first and last name in the box, hit enter, and that should change your name on the screen. So if you don't know how to do it and my instructions don't fit your device, please look it up so that you will put your first and last name on the screen. Thank you. If you're here just to observe, we do have a live stream on YouTube. You can find the live stream on YouTube for Clayton County State Court. If you courtroom 304, and you should be able to follow us live if you don't need to be in this hearing. Otherwise, please put your first and last names on the screen. All right. All right, first name on the calendar for arraignment is Fenice Rochelle Condit. Fenice Rochelle Condit.
She's present in the courtroom. Oh, sorry.
All right, Miss Condit, come on up for me. All right, I do not have an attorney listed for you. You are charged with simple assault. Did you have an attorney that you've hired? Did you wish to ask for an attorney be appointed to you, or did you wish to represent yourself?
Asked for an attorney to be appointed to me.
Okay. All right. So I will appoint the law firm of Lister, Houghton, Dennis, the lawyers who are in the courtroom. One of them will speak with you and get your information and see if we can do something with your case today. If not, you'll get further information from them. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Just have a seat for me. Martavius Keontae Grimes. Martavius Keontae Grimes.
Mr. Grimes in the courtroom.
Let me look on the screen. I do not see a Grimes on the screen. Bench warrant bond forfeiture will be granted. I'm sorry, just the bench warrant. He doesn't have. All right, next is Jorge Ernesto Hernandez. Jorge Ernesto Hernandez.
Your Honor, my client is present in the courtroom. I will need to conference with him.
Okay. Will we need an interpreter?
No, Your Honor.
All right, cool. All right, Juan Gerard Martinez Lopez.
Your Honor, he's present in the courtroom. He's coming up to the podium.
Okay. Come on up, sir. Mr. Martinez Lopez?
Yes.
You're charged with no license. Did you have an attorney that you've hired? Did you wish to have the court appoint an attorney to you, or did you wish?
My license.
Okay. Mr. Brooks, did you wish to take into account that he has a current license?
I would.
Did you say something, Mr. Brooks? Because I didn't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, I'm not sure. Well, I'm not going to go on my microphone. I was asking Mr. Martinez, was the license issued on June 14th, 2025?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, okay. Okay. Yeah, thank you for the pressure.
All right, thank you, Mr. Brooks, you're coming in twice for me. You got a lot of reverb. Sounds like you have two devices or another device is close to you.
Your Honor, can you hear me?
Yeah, but it, like I said, it sounds like you're coming in twice. Is Your Honor, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
All right, so Mr. Martinez Lopez, your case has been no pros. You're free to go at this time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Shaniqua Nicole Robinson.
Present.
All right. Ms.
Judge.
Robinson is represented by Lister Holton Dennis.
Yes, Judge, and I have spoken with Ms. Robinson. I do need to go over some paperwork that I'm going to receive from the state momentarily, so we just asked for a conference.
You know it's the red microphone, right?
Sorry, Judge.
That's better.
If I could just ask for a conference so I can go over her paperwork with her, and hopefully we'll also be able to talk to the state about that case. And we'll have an announcement.
All right, thank you. Franco Alfredo Rodriguez.
Waiver filed, Judge.
Okay, so Mr. Rodriguez, there's been a waiver filed in that case. All right, Maria Antoinette Sally. Maria Antoinette Sally.
Yes,
Maria?
Your Honor, I'm here.
All right, one second. All right, Miss Sally, you're before the court for no insurance, suspended registration, and no tag or expired or invalid tag. Do you have any of those documents?
Yes, I have documents. This is the thing about me and my sister had co-signed for the car. They when we went to the car dealership, they don't know why they put her as the primary instead of me as the primary, and they put me as the secondary. And I'm the one who has the driver's license and insurance and everything. She don't drive at all.
Okay.
And then I had the tag, but the tag was in her birthday instead of my birthday. That's what happened. That was the confusion was coming in at. But the tag on the license plate was valid at the time.
Okay, is everything now in your name?
I don't have that car no more.
Okay.
I don't have it.
Mr. Brooks, did you have a recommendation?
One $200 fine, counts 2 and 3 gonna be no pros.
Okay, on the one, the state is recommended on the no insurance, it's a $200 fine, and then the other two would be no pros, counts 2 and 3, if you wish to do that.
You said no cost on the other two fine, but the $200 for the insurance.
Yeah. Is she NOLO eligible, Mr. Brooks?
She is, Your Honor.
Okay, so a NOLO would keep you from having any problems with your license because of the no insurance charge. The fine would be $200. The fine with the surcharges would be $298 total. I could give you up to 60 days to pay if you wish to do that. Otherwise, you can enter a plea of not guilty and go to trial.
At the time when they did put it, I had ended up having insurance and getting insurance. I did not know my insurance had collapsed at the time, but I did have insurance. I had paper through to have insurance because my insurance didn't run out until it says right here, my insurance didn't run out to the expiration date was August the 2020. August the 22nd on 2023, and it was effective date was February the 22nd, 2023. So I don't know whether it got my insurance paper right here.
Mr. Brooks, did you want to have her send you that or what?
Because I have proof that my insurance policy was right here.
So apparently it was a lapse in insurance. Even though you have a card that shows that it expires at a certain time, the registration was suspended because the insurance had lapsed. On the citation, it says that the officer wrote a note that that the driver stated that she thought when she purchased the vehicle, they would have insurance for her.
No, I didn't have had insurance. And then I had went the time it happened, I ended up getting insurance, and that's why I had paid all my fines the same day. I had to get all that. Yeah, I came up with all the money to get all my stuff together on that day.
Yeah, I don't think that was on the day when the citation was issued. Like when they issued
Yeah,
the
it was the same day
citation.
that citation was issued. I did have proof that I did go to go pay everything off, but she ended up towing my car anyway. I told her I was going down there to go get my license and stuff situated. So I had proof that I had documents that I paid insurance and everything. And then I ended up paying for the towing feed, and I also went to go get the registration. All these documents right here there.
Okay. Can you send that to send that to us? I'll put an email in the chat.
Okay, so what you're gonna do is take a good picture of it, and then you're gonna email that to the chat, the email address that Mr. Brooks is gonna put in the chat function, okay?
Okay.
All right, and just hold on, we'll be back to you. All right, next is Jeffrey Tobias Terrell.
Come forward. Hey, he's present in the courtroom, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Terrell, come on up.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Terrell. You are charged with battery, family violence, battery, simple battery, family violence, simple battery, and criminal trespass. Do you have an attorney representing you, sir?
No, ma'am.
Did you wish to have one appointed to you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. The attorneys in the courtroom from the law firm of Lister, Holt, and Dennis, I'll appoint them to assist you with this case. They'll speak with you today. If we're able to move your case forward today, we will. If not, you'll be given further instructions, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a seat for me. Candace Christine Thomas.
Your Honor, she's on the Zoom. She's present on the Zoom. I will have to conference with her.
All right.
I'm here. I'm present. Your
All
Honor.
right. I see you, Ms. Thomas. Thank you. We're gonna, at the appropriate time, your attorney will have a conference with you.
Okay.
Kieran Ines Trammell.
Your Honor, my client, he's on the Zoom. We'll need to conference as well.
Okay. All right, so at the appropriate time, your attorneys will speak with you about your case. James Leonard Wright. James Leonard Wright.
So James Wright.
James Leonard Wright.
I'm here. I don't know if.
All right. Mr. Wright, you're before the court for speeding 35 plus miles an hour over. Mr. Wright, do you have a shirt on? Mr. Wright, I'm gonna need you to turn your camera off, put a shirt on, and get somewhere appropriate. This is business. I'm not filming some kind of inappropriate video. Really, people?
Inappropriate videos, right?
Mr. Wright, put a shirt on. All right, so Mr. Wright has two cases. And as soon as he is properly attired, the court will entertain his foolishness. All right, so I have appointment for Condit. Grimes is a bench warrant. A conference for Hernandez. Martinez Lopez is no pros. Robinson is a conference. Rodriguez is a waiver. Sally conference. Terrell appointment. Conference for Thomas and Trammell.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I just wanted to make the court aware, Mr. Grimes did appear several minutes ago. He's in the courtroom.
Okay,
Should I have him approach the podium, Your Honor?
you may.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Grimes. Mr. Grimes, you're before the court for seat belt violation, driving on a distracted driving, 3 counts of trial restraint violation, driving with license not on person, no proof of insurance, and no license. Sir, did you wish to have an attorney represent you, or do you already have an attorney?
Attorney.
Okay. You wishing me to appoint an attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I also have that 2 court notices were returned. So before you leave court today, you may want to check and make sure that the address that's on file for you downstairs in the clerk's office is the correct address. And you would do that by going to the first floor to the state court clerk's office. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Have a seat and I'll appoint an attorney to assist you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Wright, do you have a shirt on?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Are you sitting up like you not in bed?
I'm not in bed.
Mr. Wright, you got 2 cases pending, both of which could carry jail time, and you playing.
I'm. If you take it as playing, I'm not playing at all.
I really do, sir, because you don't take me
I'm not, though.
seriously.
I'm not.
You laying in bed naked, and
I'm
this
not
is
naked. I
court.
just had my okay. Yes, ma'am. I put my shirt on. I'm sitting up. I don't want to offend you in any type of way or
Thank
feel
you,
like
sir.
I'm playing. I'm
All right.
not with all that. Mama.
So, Mr. Wright, you have 2 cases, one from 2023 CR 02053 for speeding 35 plus miles an hour over the limit, too fast for conditions, reckless driving, driver's vision obscured, and seatbelt violation. You also have another case from 2025 for speeding and license not on person. Do you wish to have an attorney appointed to you, or have you already retained an attorney to assist you?
I would get an attorney.
You're going to hire an attorney?
I would like for you guys to appoint me an attorney.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to appoint the law firm of Lister, Holt, and Dennis. Do you know how to use the chat function?
Yes.
Okay. What I need you to do is you're going to chat your first and last name and your phone number. You're going to go to new chat. And when you go to new chat, you're going to put that in the, you're going to look for, let me see who's on. You're going to look for Mr. Owen Lynch, his device, Owen Lynch.
Okay, hello, Emma. So in this chat right now, I'm going to put my name, full name.
Yeah, so there's a chat function where you click on the chat. You know about that. How do you type it in?
Yes, ma'am. I'm doing it right
Okay.
now.
So when you get to Mr. Lynch, you're going to put your first and last name. So he'll have that associated with your phone number.
Gotcha.
Okay. Now, there's two ways that he might communicate with you. He might call you. If he does that, make sure that your device with us is muted so we don't hear your conversation with him. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
The other way is I might put you both into a breakout room where he can speak with you directly without any of us hearing.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So if you would just mute your device as we work our way through the calendar, when we get the opportunity to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Lynch or Miss Tortorello, then we'll be able to do that. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Go ahead and mute for me. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have conferences that are going to take place. We're going to try and clear our way through the arraignment calendar before we get to the jail calendar. Please mute your device if you are not being spoken to at the time. Just listen up for your name, because if I'm going to put you in a breakout room, you'll see an invitation pop up on the screen, but I'll give you a heads up beforehand. All right. All right. So, Mr. Lynch, Miss Tortorello, let me know what you need me to do.
Your Honor, if I could have my device placed in a breakout room with Shaniqua, excuse me, Shaniqua Robinson.
Okay.
And Your Honor, no request for myself at this time. I'm going to speak to my one of my clients who's in the courtroom right now.
Okay. All right. So, all right. I saw Miss Bermudez in the courtroom. I don't think we need her. So if she's still in the courtroom, Miss Bermudez, you go help somebody else if you need to. But thank you for coming in and checking on us. All right, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, the attorneys are going to be working their way through these cases. Please have some patience. We have one solicitor who has to handle all of the cases. And then we have the two defense attorneys who are splitting these cases. So please be patient. We're going to get to you as quickly as we can. Keep your device muted, okay?
Your Honor, I do have one announcement.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge Shaniqua Robinson, she's going to enter a not guilty plea at this time. She's on the Zoom call.
One second. All right, so Ms. Robinson, you have bond conditions. Where is she? Ms. Robinson?
Ms.
Is she
Robinson,
back?
if you can turn on your camera. Oh, maybe she didn't come out of the breakout room.
Yeah, I think she may still be in the breakout room. Hold on.
There she is.
Okay.
I'm back.
Ms. Robinson, can you turn your
Yes, ma'am.
camera on for me? So, Ms. Robinson, based on these charges, you have bond conditions, and on your bond condition, there's someone or some persons listed where you're not to have contact with them. There's also possibly a location where you cannot go back to per the bond conditions. Please make sure that if you don't currently have a copy of your bond conditions, that you get a copy from the courthouse on the first floor in the state court clerk's office, because if you were to violate your bond conditions, several things could happen. Your bond could be revoked. You could be back here in the Clayton County Jail until such time as your case is resolved. You could also be charged with misdemeanors or felonies, particularly the felony of aggravated stalking, punishable by up to 10 years in prison, a $10,000 fine, or both. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, so if you don't know what your bond conditions are, please get a copy of them. Please read it over carefully so that you know what not to do. If the parties who are listed on the bond conditions contact you, do not respond, but please keep a record of it for your attorney, okay?
Yes.
All right, you're free to go at this time. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Lynch, anything else?
Yes, Judge. I believe if I could be placed in a breakout room with Miss, I think, Candace Thomas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
The state's gonna move the non-press Maria Salas matter.
Okay, Miss Sally, your case
Yes.
is going to be no pros. Please make sure that you keep your documents in good order, and you're free to go at this time. Thank you.
You said no calls, everything good?
Yeah, it's going to be no pros, which means that they're not going to pursue the case, so it's dismissed at this time.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Have a nice day.
Thank you. You
Thank
too.
you. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Brooks.
worries.
So, Mr. Lynch, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Miss Thomas.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. All right, breakout room number 1.
Thank you.
Your Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
I have an announcement on behalf of Mr. Jorge Hernandez.
Okay,
We're ready to move forward with a negotiated plea today.
all right, bring him up. Good morning, Mr. Hernandez.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand for me, sir. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
I swear.
Okay, you can put your hand down, sir. 1 second. Seem to be having technical difficulties. All right, sorry about that, sir. My tablet is acting crazy. All right, so Mr. Hernandez, you're before the court on state of Georgia versus Jorge Ernesto Hernandez for reckless conduct on case 2023 CR 03133. You're represented by attorney MJ Tortorella with the law firm of Lister, Holt, and Dennis. Ms. Tortorella, what is your client plea to the offense before the court?
Yes, Your Honor, that will be guilty under the First Offender Act.
All right, Mr. Hernandez, by entering a guilty under first offender, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, factual basis and recommendation, please.
Yes, ma'am. On November the 6th of 2021, officers with Clayton County
Mr.
Police
Brooks,
Department. Yeah,
it's
yes.
driving me crazy. It really is like double talk, double. I don't, is there
Let me
anything?
let me come out and let me come back in.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, that's much better.
All right. On November the 6th, 2021, officers with the Clayton County Police Department responded to an incident location here in Clayton County regarding in reference to discharging of a firearm. Officers made contact with the complainant, who advised that her neighbor had discharged a firearm in the backyard. Officers did make contact with the neighbor, identified the neighbor to be Mr. Jorge Hernandez. He did advise that he had just purchased a Ruger AR-556 and wanted to test it out, and did discharge 2 rounds into the ground in the backyard. This all occurred here in Clayton County. Officers ultimately placed him under arrest for reckless conduct. This recommendation is 12 months to serve 1 day, credit for time served. The balance is probated. He's to pay a $500 fine, complete a gun safety course, and forfeit the weapon, which is a Ruger AR-556. Let me see if I can find the serial number. A moment. I believe the weapon has been in police custody since the time of the incident. And so the weapon that's under custody is a Ruger AR-556, serial number 856-98139.
Ms. Tortorella?
Yes, Your Honor. Asking on behalf of my client if his balance can suspend upon him completing all his requirements of probation. My client also would like to know about the weapon, if it was destroyed or what the status is, or how he can figure out the status of his weapon, of the weapon.
Okay. Not sure about weapon status, because once it's forfeited, it becomes the property of the agency that holds it. So yeah, I'm not sure about the status of it. If you are concerned, you can make inquiry to the agency that arrested you, because they would have the gun, and you can ask about it. But my order says that you forfeit it, so it is no longer yours and you can't get it back. Now, I'm going to accept your plea of guilty under first offender, but I need to ask a couple questions. Mr. Hernandez, do you have children?
Yes, Your Honor.
How many?
5.
Are they like living in the home with you?
Yes, Your Honor.
How old are they?
Oldest is 9 and the youngest is 8 months.
So if your children, a 9-year-old is really impressionable, and we lose so many kids to gun violence, not because the kids own guns, but because their parents do. If your 5 children see you do something dumb, what's to stop them from doing something dumb?
Can you repeat the question?
I said, if your 5 children see you do something dumb, what is to stop them from doing something dumb?
They're going to follow the example.
They're what?
They most likely will follow an example.
Exactly. And do you know how many kids we lose? Like, one of the top ways that we lose children in this country is through gun deaths. Not because they have a gun, but because their parents don't secure the gun properly, because the parents don't model gun safety, because the parents do dumb things like, oh, I got a new gun, let me shoot bullets in the yard. Sir, that's what gun ranges are for. If you don't handle your gun safely, and everybody always thinks, well, you know, my kid would never do that. It's all the people who think their kids would never do that, or my kid can't do it because of the amount of pressure it takes to do the trigger pressure. Those are the same kids that are in graveyards right now. The parents who think that their kids are the ones lying in graveyards. My 3-year-old can't pull the trigger. My 5-year-old would never do that. My 9-year-old knows better than to handle a gun or mishandle a gun. That's mine. So, Mr. Hernandez, don't be dumb. Don't do dumb things. You're a father. And as a father, you have a responsibility to protect your children from themselves if you have to. And if you do dumb things when handling a deadly weapon, then they'll do dumb things. You can go to a range anytime you want to. Go to the range, get you some ear protectors, try out your weapon, do whatever you need to do. But don't do, it's people who shoot into the ground, people who shoot into the air. You never know what you're going to contact. You never know if something's going to ricochet. You don't know what you're doing. So please be a responsible gun owner should you own another gun.
Yes, Your Honor.
And this tells me that you probably have more than one gun because you were so excited to get this little Ruger. I don't know why. But if you have other guns, make sure you have a gun safe. You have kids that are too little to understand a gun laying around, what that means and what the import of it is. But we know daily, if you just Google child gun death, you're going to get 1,000 articles in the Atlanta metro area alone.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So I'm going to accept your plea. I'll send you to 12 months to serve 1 day credit for time served. Balance will be probated for you to pay a fine in the amount of $500. That's going to be $737.50. You're to take an approved gun safety course and present the certificate to your probation officer. You're also to forfeit the weapon that we just talked about with the serial number. You're going to leave the courtroom and go next door to the courtroom next door, courtroom 305. You're going to meet with the probation expert, Miss James. She's going to get you signed up for probation. She's going to answer any questions that you might have about your probation. The way you successfully complete probation is to not just do all of the conditions of probation that I have ordered you to do, but to also make sure you report to probation as directed. If you miss your probation reports, I will get a warrant for your arrest and I will sign it. All right. Now, as for suspension upon completion, that's up to Mr. Brooks. You have any objection to that, sir?
I do not, Your Honor.
All right. So we will allow it to terminate or upon completion. So that means once you have completed all of the conditions that I gave you, paying the fine, doing the gun safety course, and providing proof of it, then your probation can terminate and you no longer have to report or pay. All right.
Thank you,
Mr. Hernandez, please, if you don't remember anything else, remember I still remember to this day when I was like 8 or 9 years old and I lived in Savannah, Georgia. My mom had a friend and it was a fairly new friend. And she was telling us that she had lost her son to gun violence because not violence, but an accidental discharge. He had gone over to a friend's house and the friend's parents did not secure their gun. The little boys were playing and they were both about 8 or 9 years old. And the kid picks up the gun to show it off to his new friend. And he shot that boy in the head. I still remember. And I am well past 9 years old, but I remember that story to this day. I remember the kid's name to this day. Please don't be a statistic. All right.
Yes,
Thank you. All right. Take care.
Thank you.
Your Honor, if I could be placed in a breakout room with Miss Candace Thomas.
All right. All right, I'll put Ms. Thomas in breakout room number 3, and I'll put you in breakout room number 3. I thought Mr. Lynch had talked to Ms. Thomas.
Oh, he had already?
I think so.
I'll double check.
Okay, but let me know.
Your Honor,
Yes,
yes, if you could, place Miss Thomas in the main, room, Mr. Lynch has already spoken to Miss Thomas, and, I just want to make a formal announcement on her behalf while she's out in the Zoom.
okay. All right, she should be back.
Miss
Go
Thomas,
ahead.
if you could turn on your camera and, unmute yourself. Your Honor, it is my understanding that Ms. Thomas, is waiving formal arraignment and pleading not guilty.
All right. Um, All right, Ms. Thomas, if you have bond conditions that say that you're not to have contact with a particular person or go to a particular location, please do not violate those bond conditions, or you could have your bond revoked and you could be placed in jail until your case is resolved. You could also be charged with misdemeanors or felonies. So if you don't have a copy of your bond conditions, go to the first floor, Clayton County Justice Center, or go online. You're looking for the State Court Clerk's Office for Clayton County, Georgia. So Clayton County, Georgia, State Court Clerk's Office. All right.
Okay.
You're free to go at this time. If the person listed contacts you, just share it with your attorney, but don't respond.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, next we have Wright. He has two cases. We have Trammell and we have Condit and Grimes. Oh, and Terrell.
Judge, Mr. Terrell, or Terrell,
It's Terrell. I'm sorry, I always say it wrong. I'm sorry.
He is going to enter a not guilty plea today. I do have his contact information and all the documents from the state. We will waive formal reading of the accusation and
all right, Mr. Terrell, you have heard me say this to other people, but you have charges that I know carry a bond condition where you're not to have contact with a particular person or persons, and you possibly are not to go back to a particular location. Please get a copy of your bond conditions before you leave this building if you do not have them. But if you but please do not violate those bond conditions. If you are contacted by anybody on the bond conditions, keep a record of it and share that with your attorneys, but do not respond. If you were to have contact in violation of the bond conditions, you could be rearrested and your bond revoked. You would remain in jail until your case is resolved. You could be charged with misdemeanors, punishable by up to 12 months in jail, a $5,000 fine, or you could be charged with felonies, particularly the felony of aggravated stalking, which is punishable by up to 10 years in prison, a $10,000 fine, or both. All right. So if you don't know what not to do, get a copy of your bond conditions before you leave the building.
yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, I can make it. Um, and Your Honor, I was going to talk to Mr. Scratch that. I'm going to move to the next person in the courtroom.
Your Honor, if I can be placed in a breakout room with Mr. Kieran Trammell. No, go ahead.
Okay, it's done.
Oh, thank you.
in progress.
Your Honor,
Yes.
yes, I have an announcement on behalf of Mr. Trammell.
Yes.
Yes, he's waiving a formal reading of the arraignment, his arraignment, and he's pleading not guilty.
All right. All right. Um, he's free to go at this time.
Right, thank you, Your Honor. Is Ms. Shaniqua Robinson still on the call?
I don't know. She entered a not guilty, so she may be gone. We
So
still have Condit, Grimes, and Wright.
I think all those are in the courtroom from my understanding.
Except Mr. Wright, he is not.
Oh, he's not? Okay, so let me then get in a breakout room with Mr. Wright.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Wright, Ms. Tortorello, in breakout room number 3.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Grimes, I'll talk to you. Your Honor, I do have an announcement for Ms. Condit off the OT, out to bond arraignment calendar.
All right, Mr. Lynch, go ahead.
She's going to enter a not guilty plea at this time, Judge. Waive formal arraignment and move forward with the case in that manner.
And that's misconduct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Lynch, we have Grimes and Wright left. I believe Ms. Tortorella is talking to Mr. Wright. So we're going to get started on the jail calendar. Tempus fugit, as they say.
That's understood, Judge.
All right, the first case on the calendar is a petition, Jermaine Bernard Foster.
Judge, that's going to be a stipulation today. I just need to relay something to Mr. Foster, but we'll be ready to go forward with that momentarily.
All right, next is Terry T. Griffin.
Judge, that's going to be a negotiated plea today.
Reginald Antonio Johnson.
Judge, that's Ms. Tortorella's case, and I believe she has the announcement on that. Oh, there she is.
Okay, Johnson has two cases.
Oh, are you going over the jail calendar, Your Honor? My apologies.
Yes, no problem. I told Mr. Lynch I would start since you were in with Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. For Johnson, we will need to break out. It's an MH matter.
Okay. All right. Queen Marie Phillips, that's MH2.
Judge, I'm told. I believe Miss Phillips is not in our jail and she's on loan. She's not.
Okay, so she's OTB?
I believe she's in another, I believe she's in another facility, Judge, but.
Okay, so she's on loan. Yeah. All right, next is Cameron LeRae Richardson.
Judge, I believe that's going to be a negotiated plea today.
Jeremy Souter.
Judge, that is a negotiated plea.
Jakaria Brielle Strozier.
Judge, that is also a negotiated plea. I do need to ask Mr. Brooks for one additional consideration, which I'll text to him shortly, but that is a negotiated plea.
And Adam Willie.
I'll let Ms. Tortorella speak to that.
I believe he was on the calendar yesterday, right here?
Yes, he was on the calendar yesterday for a calendar call, but he was also an active inmate for some reason.
Yeah, he was on the bond forfeiture calendar, Your Honor. He's maintaining his not guilty plea today. And I did email you the bench warrant recall order for your review and signature, Your Honor.
Okay, I signed it, I think. My tablet is such that things aren't really leaving the way I thought they should. Did you not receive it?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Let me see if I can find it in the sent or draft folders.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, let me just go to it and see if I can find it. I promise I will have a newer generation tablet soon. As I realized I was looking for something else and couldn't find it. And I realized how many things I may be missing. Here it is. I signed it and it didn't go through. I have the signed copy on the computer. All right, let me see if I can do this again.
Your Honor, if he was arrested on that bench warrant, I don't think the set aside is unnecessary. I think he was arrested on that bench warrant, so he needs to set aside.
Okay, I'm fine with that. The only thing I was gonna have done is have him see I didn't he's arrested on the bench warrant, but I wanted to make sure that that was the only reason he was in jail. So if it's the bench warrant is the only reason, that's fine. But I also need him to update his contact information, and part of that was in the order also. Miss Tortorello, is he planning on maintaining his not guilty and going to trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so let me just sign this just in case he needs something for walking around. Miss Val, let me know if this comes through because I'm going to send it to you and Miss Tortorello. If you get it, then she should also get it. But I promise you, I did all of these the other night, and for some reason, it's not. They're not going. They had not gone through. All right, I think that went.
And Your Honor, can Mr. Willie be sent back?
Yes. So Mr. Willie is maintaining his not guilty. Bench warrant set aside has been done, and he will be on the next available trial calendar.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
I got the bench warrant set aside, Judge, so she should have it also.
All right, so I don't know what, because I signed it, I think the same time as Miss, the stuff I signed for Miss Brenda, and for some reason it didn't go through. All right, I'm ready whenever y'all are. Announcements on arraignment or jail.
Yes, Your Honor. I have an announcement on behalf of Mr. James Wright.
Yes.
He will be moving forward with negotiated pleas on both of his cases.
All right, Mr. Wright, may I see you, please? Okay, 1 second. Raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. So, Mr. Wright, you're before the court on 2 cases. So, on case 2023, 1 second. So, on 2023 CR 02053 for speeding, 35 plus miles an hour over the limit, count 1, too fast for conditions, count 2, reckless driving, count 3, driver's vision obscured, count 4, and seatbelt violation, count 5. What does your client plead to the offenses before the court, Ms. Tortorello?
Yes, Your Honor, and just to be candid with the court, this is a super speeder. For the first count, that's a guilty plea. My understanding is that counts 2, 3 will be and counts 4 will be no cost, and count 5 is a $15 fine.
Okay.
Five would be no problem as well. 2.5 would be no problem.
Okay, you're doing that double thing again, Mr. Brooks, the audio. And Ms. Tortorello, so am I to understand between you and Mr. Brooks that it's 2, 3, 4, and 5 will be no prost, and he's pleading guilty to the super speeder?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then on the second case, 2025 CR 04959, speeding, count 1, and license not on person, count 2.
Yes, Your Honor. Just to be clear with the court, my understanding of the law is this will not be a super speeder. This isn't, he's alleged to be going 81 miles per hour. It wasn't a 2-lane road, and the DDS traffic manual states that it has to be 91 miles per hour on any road or highway. So I just wanted to make clear with the court that this is not a super speeder matter. But he will be pleading no low to count 1. And count 2 will be no pros, is my understanding.
So he's using a guilty on the first case, the older case, and he's doing a NOLO on the second case.
Correct.
All right. And count 2 will be no pros?
Yes, that is my understanding.
All right. So, Mr. Wright, by entering a plea of guilty, why are you shocked, Mr. Wright? I can't hear you. You're muted.
Sorry, I just see one of my old managers and bosses, Miss Adams. I'm sorry.
Oh my Lord. Miss
I'm
Adams,
sorry.
Mr. Wright used to work for you. Miss Adams, bless his heart, because he came on here loud and wrong. We got it straight though. He good now. He is good. But
Oh
yeah,
yes, I'm sorry.
he good now. We'll talk later. So, Mr. Wright, I'm going to accept your plea of guilty to count 1. Counts 2, 3, 4, and 5 will be no pros. And on the second case, I'll accept your plea of guilt of NOLO to count 1, and count 2 will be no pros. Now, by entering the plea of guilty to the first case and NOLO to the second case, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, and not incriminate yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, factual basis and recommendation, please.
Defense waives stipulates the facts, Your Honor.
No, I want to hear it. Mr. Brooks, if you're talking, you're muted. I can't hear you.
Forgive me. Am I echoing?
Yeah.
I try to on December 18th of 2022, officers with Clayton County Police Department were traveling on Highway 42 near North Clayton Drive. Officers observed the vehicle traveling at a high rate of speed, recorded the speed of 91 miles per hour in the 45 mile per hour zone. Officers issued a traffic stop, identified the driver to be Mr. Wright. During the course of the encounter, officers did determine that his windshield cracked, as well as that he didn't have a seatbelt on. Officers issued citations for the same. State's recommendation for count 1 is a $500 fine. Initially, we were going to suggest defensive driving, but given the age of the case and the staleness of the case, we're just staying with the fine. That's for case 2023 CR 02053. For case number 2025 CR 04959. On September 21st, 2024, officers of the Clayton County Sheriff's Department doing traffic enforcement in the area of Ford Parkway and Cook Road. Officers recorded a vehicle traveling at a rate of speed 81 in a 40 mile per hour zone. Officers initiated a traffic stop, identified the driver to be Mr. James Wright. This all occurred here in Clayton County as well. To that offense, count 1, that's also a $500 fine.
All right. Mr. Wright, let me tell you something, sir.
I know I gotta slow down.
No, but you got to really slow down, because the 40 mile per hour speed limit is already fast enough to do some serious damage. But if you're going twice the speed limit in a 40 and a 45, you're just trying to kill somebody, and you might not be the one that dies. Could you live with yourself if you hit somebody at that speed?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so then why are you doing it? It's 40 and a 40. We got expressways where you can do that speed and nobody pays any attention, because the speed
I know.
limit
It's
is
just
always also
the street that it is. Once I get off the highway, listen. Okay, listen. Once I get off the highway, I still be having the mindset of I'm still on the highway, and I'm not on the highway. So I'm sorry.
Well, the whole point of driving is it is a test of your attention and your ability to pay attention to what is around you and to adjust to your conditions. So if you can't adjust to your conditions, then you shouldn't be driving. What kind of car you got? What kind of Challenger, Charger, hemmed up foolishness you got?
I don't have that Charger anymore for the very first case, and I don't have the truck anymore for the second case. Well, I got them, but I don't drive them. I have a 2023 Malibu now. I got
How
some
did I
slow.
know? How did I know he had a Challenger, Charger, or one of those souped up things?
Because I look like one of those guys that got one of
No,
those.
because you're going too
Yes.
fast, Mr. Wright.
Nah.
You're going too fast. So
Okay,
I'm gonna
yes,
need you
yes,
to
ma'am.
slow way down because,
Yes, ma'am.
like I said, Mr. Wright, you seem like a pretty decent guy. You could
I
not
am.
live with yourself if you hit somebody at that speed and killed somebody. You could
I
not.
wouldn't even be able to work.
Yeah. So I'm gonna need you to get it together. Slow down. You got me?
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. So on the first case, I'm going to accept your plea guilty to count one. It's a $500 fine. It'll be $737.50 with the surcharges. Counts 2, 3, 4, and 5 will be no pros. On count 2, it's a NOLO plea to $500 fine, $737.50 with the surcharges. So we're talking about almost $1,500, maybe more. So how much time are you going to need to pay that, Mr. Wright? Now, I can give you up to 60 days to pay without putting you on probation. It doesn't increase your fine in any way. But if you want to go on probation and have 12 months in which to pay it, what would
You can give me
happen
60
is
days.
you can do it in 60 days.
I could really do it in 30, but I'm gonna just.
All right, well, I'm gonna give you 60 days. So those cases will run concurrent. What that means is within that same 60 days, you'll have to pay the entire amount for both cases. You clear on that?
Yes, ma'am. I'm very clear.
All right. So, Mr. Wright, just be mindful, sir. I know. Listen, I was young once too,
But I
and
got listen. I'm a bail agent. You ain't gotta tell me. I deal with people all the time. I don't know why I be driving fast and doing the
I,
most and all that. Trust me, I know. I know, Miss Hayward. I'm sorry. You won't see
okay.
me ever again in here. Ever again.
Not for speeding, Mr. Wright. Now, if I
You
see you
know,
for
yeah,
something
maybe
good,
like
I
a
don't
bond
care.
forfeiture or something. I might be
Yeah,
doing my job next time you
if you
see
do
me. I
your
won't
job
be.
and you come before me, I'm fine with that. But yeah, please don't be out here about to hurt yourself or somebody else. Okay, we good?
Yes, ma'am. We are.
All right. So now I'm going to ask you to do this. Chat your email address. It's go to new chat for me and chat your email address to our court clerk who's going to send you your paperwork. All right. That it would be who's working to no Miss Brenda Castaneda. So when you go to new chat, you're looking for Brenda Castaneda. Chat her your email address and make sure you check it and make sure it's the right letters and numbers in the right place. And then she's going to send you your sentencing sheet. She's going to tell you the date by which everything needs to be paid. If you want to pay it in person, you just come into the building on the second floor and you can pay it there. But they also have instructions about how to pay online or by phone. Okay.
Got you. Thank you.
All right. He ain't so bad, Miss Adams.
Oh, she know that I ain't.
All right. Take care, Mr. Wright.
And Judge, I'm sorry if I could
Bye, Miss
interrupt. I
Monique.
didn't hear the fine amount for the second case.
Both are $500, Miss Castaneda.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Okay.
James. See you not again. I don't want to see you again, but see you in the
Not on
future at
this
some
time.
time. Not here.
Not here.
All right. Take care, sir. All right. What's for Grimes?
Judge, Mr. Grimes is entering a not guilty plea, but the reason is he does want to get this taken care of, but he's having an ongoing issue with his case. His license keeps getting suspended due to child support, even though the case is supposed to be closed. And so we're going to enter a not guilty plea and try to get that straightened out and hopefully get that resolved on the next court date.
Okay. Well, he can start by getting a certified copy of the closed case documents from the court. If it is in Clayton County, he can do that today.
Yes, Judge. Trust me, they're working on it. He's here with the other party in the child support case, and they've been going through it. So it's between Florida and Georgia. I think there's some.
All righty. Okay, well, tell him to be safe. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, so I'm ready on the jail calendar. Phillips is on loan. A couple of, we'll have a conference about a couple of these or one of these, and then I'm ready whenever you all are. I've signed the bench warrant set aside for Willie, so he should be released.
We
If
can
he's
start
just
with
gonna not
Foster.
guilty. I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Judge. I
No,
was just gonna say,
Foster's good.
yeah. Foster, go ahead, bring him up. Did I get? I'm about to have to, here. You have, wait a second. They're gonna give it to you in the mail, or I'll get it to you. Check in with me. Go to, yes, and go to the first floor clerk's office and make sure they have the right address for you, okay?
Mr. Foster,
Good morning, ma'am.
good morning, sir. Raise your right hand for me.
Yes, ma'am.
You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
You can put your hand down, sir. You're before the court on State of Georgia versus Jermaine Bernard Foster, 2021 CR 08270. Mr. Foster, you were before this court for reckless driving on the 21st day of July, 2025. You were sentenced to 12 months on probation. You have 3 months and 27 days remaining. This is your second hearing, and you failed to avoid injurious and vicious habits by testing positive for marijuana on February 4th of 2026. You also failed to pay. You are currently $165 in arrears. You're represented by the law firm of Lister Holton Dennis. Mr. Owen Lynch is with you. Mr. Lynch, what is your client plea or say to the revocation petition?
Judge, so he does stipulate that there was a positive test, Judge, right, for marijuana. My understanding, though, and I know Ms. Chang will confirm, I believe he has completed all the requirements of probation in terms of the risk reduction course, the fines, the community service. I believe he's in compliance with everything. And other than the outstanding fine amount, Judge. And I understand that the positive test is an issue for Your Honor. I believe, though, that he did have a pattern of not testing positive throughout the course of probation, other than the positive test before Your Honor.
Is he working?
Yeah.
Easy Stone, I've been there for 11 years.
He is currently working, Judge. He's had the same job for the last 11 years.
Okay, Ms. Chang, recommendation?
Your Honor, probation recommends that 6 days be revoked, which is credit for time served since March the 4th, and return to probation.
And we certainly are going to ask the court to go along with that. I was going to inquire, other than has he completed all the conditions other than the fines?
He's completed his 80 hours of community service, and the DUI school was completed on March the 2nd.
So is it, other than just paying the fines and reporting and testing, is there anything else outstanding for?
Well, he's to continue the group support meetings once a week. And the last date was March the 3rd, the last date documented.
Okay, that's understood.
All right.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, that sounds good. I'm typing up the order. Defendant shall have 6 days revoked credit for time served. Defendant shall be released from the Clayton County Jail in Stanter. Defendant shall return to probation to continue the special conditions, all special conditions of probation.
Thank you, Judge.
And Your Honor, if I may give him his next appointment.
Yes, please.
Mr. Foster, you need to report on Thursday, that's March the 12th at 2 p.m. Thank you. Your Honor, that's all I have this afternoon. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am. If you don't receive this, because of like I said, my tablet's a little not feeling well. So if you don't receive this, let me know, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All
Thank you,
right.
Your Honor.
That's your new tablet, Judge.
Uh,
I have your new tablet.
oh, won't he do it? Okay.
I'm that you just come pick it up.
Yeah. Did Ben set it up, or do I have to wait for him to come do that?
He didn't set it up, but you kind of techie, so I think you can kind of set it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when
I
you
try
come
not to
in-
be a problem to Mr. Cobble. He
but when
says
you
I'm
come
not.
in, he will come up. If you need him when you come to pick it up, as long as it's
Okay.
5, he'll come set you up.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, I'll come. I'll get it today. Thank you. Just trying to make sure I have everybody on the petition who needs to get a copy of it. Yeah, I think so.
Griffin.
All right. All right, Mr. Lynch, I'm ready. On the next.
We could do, or I'm sorry, Terry Griffin is being brought out.
Okay.
Hello.
Ms. Griffin, raise your right hand for me. Solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
I do, Your Honor.
All right, you can put your hand down. You're before the court on State of Georgia versus Terry T. Griffin, 2026 CR 03269 for criminal trespass and disorderly conduct. You're represented by Attorney Owen Lynch, who's with you at the podium. Mr. Lynch, what does your client plead to the offense before the court?
Judge, that's going to be a no contest plea.
To both?
I'm sorry, to count 1. Count 2 would be null pros pursuant to the the agreement.
All right, by entering a plea of nolo to count 1, count 2 will be no pros. Ms. Griffin, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the trial. You give up the right to have a trial. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. If you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Factual basis recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On January 30th, 2026, at approximately 3:50 p.m., officers advised dispatch that the defendant had just banged on the police precinct doors. The police located, or rather the Atlanta Police Department precinct located at at 6,000 North Terminal Parkway, Atlanta, Georgia, 30320. Officers were notified that the defendant were banging on the police precinct doors, screaming profanity in public in the presence of minors, and that the defendant currently had an active criminal trespass warning for that location.
All right, recommendation?
As to count one, the state is recommending 12 months to serve 30 days. Credit for the time served. The balance is suspended, but the defendant is not to return to the incident location, the Atlanta Police Department precinct, which is located at 6,000 North Terminal Parkway, Atlanta, Georgia, 30320, and count two will be dismissed.
All right. So, Mr. Lynch, anything on behalf of Ms. Griffin?
Nothing at this time, Judge. She
All right.
understands.
Ms. Griffin, 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for time served, balance will be suspended as long as you do not go back to that location of the Atlanta Police Department at North Terminal Parkway. That is in exchange for your NOLO plea on count one. Count two will be no pros, and you're free to go back with the sheriff's office. Ms. Griffin, if you need some assistance transitioning back out onto the street from jail, ask to speak to a chaplain, and they may have some information about some of the agencies in Clayton County or City of Atlanta that could help you, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Be safe.
I will. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Have a good one. Your Honor. Is Judge, I noticed that there's an Alexis Clemens on the Zoom call. I know that Miss Clemens was scheduled for a PTI orientation today. And I'm just hoping that if she has paid that I'm just hoping she's not in the wrong place, like in the wrong Zoom call by a mistake.
Ms. Clemens?
Yes.
We're not the orientation, so is there a reason you're here?
I never got any mail for how to where's the orientation was at.
I can I mean, I think she's missed the orientation at this point, but if she's able to go to the solicitor's office now and pay the price, I'm guessing she might still be able to get into it. If that's not the case, then she's gonna have to come to the status date or the status hearing, I'm guessing. Ms. Clemens, if you're able to pay for PTI, you can come to the solicitor's office now and try to pay it. If not, we're gonna have to have another court date more than likely.
Yeah, that's why I came here today, because I wasn't able to pay it.
Okay. You can log off and we'll just talk about this outside of court, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, you wanna call the next plea, and then I'll text, Ms. Adams about the one I got. I've got one.
Your Honor, would you like to do Mr. Johnson at the end of this calendar or right now?
Yeah, because we don't need him to talk about him right now. Let's hold off for Mr. Johnson. We still have Richardson, Stroud, Suter, and Strozier.
We could do Mr. Can you bring out Mr. Cameron Richardson, please? And Your Honor, his mother is here today and she would like to address the court.
Who we bringing out?
Mr. Richardson, Cameron Richardson.
Okay. Mr. Richardson, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
Speak up for me.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. You're before the court on State of Georgia versus Cameron LaRae Richardson, 2026 CR 03270. You're represented by the law firm of Lister, Holt, and Dennis. Ms. Tortorello is with you. Ms. Tortorello, what does Mr. Richardson plead to the offense before the court?
That'll be a no-lo plea, Your Honor.
By pleading nolo to loitering or prowling, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, factual basis recommendation, please.
Your Honor, on January 25th, 2025, or excuse me, 2026, at approximately 2:20 a.m., officers were alerted by the store clerk who was, or the Quick Trip store clerk. The Quick Trip is located at 8805 Tara Boulevard, Jonesboro, Georgia, 30236. They were alerted by the store clerk that there was a suspicious man who was outside with a lot of baggage, just waiting. That suspicious man then walked into the restroom and went into the back of the store. Upon receiving that report, officers went inside of the Quick Trip and went into the restroom and observed the defendant in the restroom washing items in the toilet. The defendant had multiple scarves wrapped around his head and face, concealing his face.
All right. All right, recommendation?
The state is recommending 12 months to serve 30 days. Credit for the time served. The balance is suspended, and the defendant is not to return to the incident location. The Quick Trip located at 8805 Tara Boulevard, Jonesboro, Georgia, 30236.
Ms. Tortorello, you said his mom wanted to be heard.
Yes, Your Honor. Would you like me to bring her up to the podium?
Yes, please. Raise your right hand for me, ma'am. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. Speak up a little louder for me.
Okay.
Go ahead. Tell me what you, first tell me your name.
Martha Richardson.
All right, Ms. Richardson. Go ahead and tell me what you need to know.
Well, Your Honor, you probably know my son's been diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
he's not the same person. One day he's one person, and a few days later he could be somebody else. He always appears competent at times, but he's been at my house for a while before he got on the streets. And I'm always concerned about his safety, but more importantly, that when he's off of medication, he's a different person. When he's on medication, he's better. But he's been through the same cycle of, getting around the wrong people. I don't, having in contact with drugs and things like that. In many cases, he seems as though everything is okay, but his decision making has always been unbalanced. And he's been on the streets like for 2 years now. I just don't want to wake up one day and somebody calls me and tells me he's gone. I was trying to hope that one day he would be ordered to do recovery, rehab, and I'm to this point now, several years later, hoping that he would get into rehab or at least try it. He's always refused the times that he's been in rehab, because I believe that when he's a different person, it's hard for him to remain around people. And so he's probably even been concerned about that himself. I've always wanted the best for him, but now I'm to the point where I feel like he makes incompetent decisions for himself. He, just for the sake of his 2 kids, I've been wanting him to be stable, in a more stable position. But even today, he's on the streets. He's in and out of hotels. He's been in and out of my home when he was with me, but I'm somewhere else now and he's still on the streets. I would just hope. I'm sorry.
I hate to interrupt you, but let me ask a couple of questions if that's okay.
Yes.
How old is your son?
He's 35.
Okay. And do you have a guardianship over him?
No. There was a time when I started to do that, and then some things come up with my autistic daughter. I have an autistic daughter, and so sometimes with those caring for her, things have gotten in the way with me, making that decision to become a power of attorney.
It's a little bit more than power of attorney. You would have to do it through the probate court in order to establish guardianship over him. And the reason I say that is because it allows you to have some say in what happens with him as an adult with respect to medical care, him being placed in a medical facility, him helping him to make better decisions when he is on his medications, and maybe look out for him a little bit more, allowing you to have more information when he is off. The issue is that brain chemistry, when it is out of whack, like schizophrenia and bipolar disorder can do, none of his actions, none of the things that he does are in an intent to live on the street or an intent to be combative, or it is an intent to find something that makes him feel normal or works. And so that's what happens with the drugs. That's what happens with the, wanting to be away from people sometimes, or wanting to be around people sometimes. So until such time as he can find the balance of medicine that helps him to be at least a little bit more like his self before the disease took over, it's going to be difficult. There's an organization called the National Alliance of Mental Illness, and NAMI. And so there's a national NAMI chapter, and then there's Georgia NAMI. And both of them are really good at helping family members to, I guess, help or guide a person who is not able to care for themselves as an adult. The other thing, I would kind of get in touch with them to kind of get some guidance. The other thing is, do you have a family member that can kind of help you shoulder the burden of of being kind of in charge of Mr. Richardson's care, in light of the fact that you also have a daughter who is on the spectrum?
They would, but they're out of town. They're out in a different state.
Okay.
So I know that makes it difficult because they're not here in Georgia.
Yeah, because unfortunately, the resources that are available in City of Atlanta through a lot of the programs that they have, because so many providers locate in City of Atlanta, then once you go through Fulton County, it's so much easier to get them into a program where there might be grant funds to support the program, or where there might be some way of helping to pay for or to helping to assist them with that. Here in Clayton County, it is harder because we don't have as many resources, and we really don't have the acute care resources that would help with somebody who has schizophrenia or schizoaffective disorder or bipolar or a combination of those things. So
Excuse
there's
me.
really no way for me to order him into rehab. And even if I did, there probably wouldn't be enough time on a sentence that I could impose where he could get a meaningful help. He could get meaningful help over the course of time that it would be necessary.
He does get SSI. I am his payee for now.
Okay, so that's a good thing, because that way you know that if he has a source of income, then you could help him use that income to seek treatment. But I don't have the ability at this point to order him into a treatment program. One, because I don't know where what would send him, but two, because I don't know that the length of time that he has on this sentence would be sufficient, even if I were to order him into a treatment program. Is he by any chance a veteran?
No, he's not.
Okay. All right. So there are programs, and it is possible that you could get, I guess, some information about those programs.
Yes,
through
Your Honor, I have looked some up, and I found that Ascensa in Atlanta
Yes.
was a good program, and Calvary, that was a good program as well. I
Okay.
don't know in his situation, what the income of their program is, but he does have income.
Okay, so some of those programs, if you just call them and kind of explain the situation, they will tell you whether they can accept him, whether his disability benefits would be sufficient to cover the cost, or whether there are programs that they can refer you to that would be more in line with what you have and what his resources are.
Yes.
Okay, so there's no, I guess there's no downside in reaching out to those programs that you've identified and at least asking them for whether Mr. Richardson might be a candidate, or whether they know of a program that would help in a better way. The reason I try and explain all this is, Ms. Richardson, I know that once the state sponsored mental health agencies and programs and facilities kind of have gone away since the 80s. I just remember when it happened, when we started defunding all of those things and went to, we'll privatize and it'll be better, but it hasn't been better. And what I don't want, and what I've seen a lot of, is we're turning our jails into mental health facilities, and they are not equipped for that purpose. And I'm so afraid every time there's someone who can't advocate for themselves effectively, if we put them in jail and we think that's the way to keep them safe, a lot of times it is not. And so for Mr. Richardson, I don't know that the jail is the best place for him. And I'm being very transparent with how limited my authority is to order him to treatment.
Well, of course, the treatment is better than jail.
Definitely. But what I'm saying to you is, if he were in jail and you had a program that you wanted him transferred to, then I would immediately say, transfer him to that program. He can serve out whatever sentence or be released into the program. But there's no program right now. And so I don't want to keep him in jail pending you trying to find a program, because I don't think that would be the best thing for him.
Mm-hmm. I understand. It's just difficult, to navigate, like on my own or,
I got
with
you.
my family.
That's why I'm
There's
asking
no,
you, reach out to NAMI, contact them
yes,
today, because there are people who've been doing this for a while, and they've had the assistance of other people who've kind of helped show them the ropes. And NAMI is a good clearinghouse for information, but it is also a way for family members to get some support. So there's support for you as a family member and caretaker, but there's also information about how best to navigate the mental health facilities and programs that are available in the metro area. So if I were you, I would contact GeorgiaNAMI.org. So GANAMI.org, and try and get some information about them. I went to a training about a year or so ago where they kind of spoke about the things that they're able to do and the resources that they have with respect to supporting family members. And so that might be your best bet in shortcutting the difficulties that you have in navigating these programs.
mm-hmm. If they, come to your home, and help, that would be a lot better if they could talk. I found that, the mental health department, when they did for a while, or maybe another crisis center, when they came to my home to speak to them, that
Yeah.
was a good thing, because it was helpful then. But
Yeah.
I don't know if they come out to your home.
I do know that there are some what they call ACT teams that if he is a part of their program, they will monitor him wherever he may be found. So it could be one of those situations that he was involved in where someone came to the home. But I think Grady has a program like that, but I'm not sure what it takes to get into it. And like I said, I don't want to lead you down the path, because a lot of times people see judges and think that we're able to do way more than we're able to do. And the good judge is very knowledgeable about what we're limited in doing. And I'm not saying I'm a good judge, but I am really knowledgeable about what I can't do. And what I can't do is, if he doesn't already have a program placement, I can't hold him in jail waiting to release him to a program. And I also know that I don't currently have the ability to put him in a program, because we just don't have those resources here that we've identified.
I understand.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. So he's going to be getting out probably today, later today. So I'm not sure whether he's going to come back to your home, but I would say contact NAMI and kind of get a sense of what is available.
Okay, I will do that. We've separated, we've gone two different directions, but I can meet him where he's at and go from there.
I got you, ma'am. Thank you. All righty. All right, so I have Suter, Strozier, and then we'll talk about Johnson.
Okay, you can bring out Jeremy Sauter. Thank you, Judge, for all that.
I'm trying, Ms. Tortorello. Sometimes I get so frustrated because of my inability to do more. That's about as simple as I can put it. I get really frustrated about our inability to do more. All right, raise your right hand for me, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes.
Speak up just a little for me.
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down, sir. Thank you. So is this Mr. Suter?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so Mr. Jeremy Suter, you're before the court on 2026 CR 03271 for terroristic threats and acts, count 1, obstruction of an officer, count 2, and public drunk, count 3. Mr. Suter, you're represented by Attorney Tortorello, who's with you at the podium. Ms. Tortorello, what is your client plea to the offenses before the court?
Your Honor, for count 1, terroristic threats, and count 3, public drunk, that will be a nolo plea, and count 2, my understanding, will be no prost.
All right. By entering a plea of nolo to counts 1 and 3, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Factual basis and recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On October 12th, 2025, at approximately 8:44 p.m., officers were conducting traffic control for a car show that was happening on South Lake Circle at its intersection with Old Town Morrow Road in Clayton County. When they observed the defendant walk from the car show exit and begin yelling at them, they observed the defendant display erratic behaviors, including cocking his head from side to side in a twitching motion. And they observed him continuously yell aggressively and make threats towards the officers.
All right. Recommendation.
Yes, Your Honor. As to count 1, the state is recommending 12 months to serve 60 days. Credit for the time served. The balance will suspend. Count 2 is concurrent with count 1, 12 months to serve 60 days. Credit for the time served. The balance will suspend. And then the count 2 will be Norcross.
All right. So, Ms. Tortorello, anything on behalf of Mr. Suter?
Yes, Your Honor, only that you accept the plea as negotiated.
All right. So, Mr. Suter, I'm going to accept your plea of nolo to counts 1 and 3. Count 2 will be no prost. I'll sentence you on both 1 and 3 concurrently to 12 months to serve 60 days. Credit for time served. Balance will be suspended as long as you have no new violations of the laws of the state of Georgia. All right, sir? All right, Mr. Suter, if you need anything, ask for a chaplain before they let you out of jail so that you can transition back onto the street, okay? All right, Strozier. All right, Ms. Strozier, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes.
You can put your hand down. You're before the court on state of Georgia versus Jacaria Brielle Strozier, 2026 CR 03333 for criminal trespass, count 1, criminal trespass, count 2, giving false name, address, or date of birth, count 3, giving false name, address, or date of birth, count 4. You're represented by Attorney Owen Lynch, who's with the law firm of Lister, Holt, and Dennis. Mr. Lynch, what does your client plead to the offenses before the court?
Judge, she's asking the court to take no-low pleas to counts 1, 3, and 4, and I believe count 2 would be null pros pursuant to the agreement.
All right, by entering a plea of no low to counts 1, 3, and 4, and no pros on count 2, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. You understand all of these things?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, factual basis and recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On January 28th, 2026, at approximately 4:30 p.m., officers responded to 2539 Stanford Drive, Ellenwood, Georgia, in Clayton County, in reference to a domestic disturbance. Upon officers' arrivals, they observed the victim outside of the residence, screaming and reaching through a broken window, while the defendant was observed inside of the residence, yelling back at the victim through that same window. And when officers made contact with the victim, the victim stated that she was attempting to regain access to the home after the defendant had denied her entry.
All right. Do we have a victim's name?
Yes, the victim's name is Antonai, Antonai Bradley Few. So Bradley is spelled Bradley dash Few Few.
All right.
As to the recommendation, the state is recommending for count 1, 12 months to serve 30 days. The balance will suspend, but the defendant is to have no contact with the victim, Antonai Bradley Few, and the defendant is to stay away from the incident location of 2539 Stanford Drive, Ellenwood, Georgia. Count 3 will be a $100 fine suspended, and count 4 will be a $100 fine suspended, and count 2 will be notarized.
All right, thank you. Mr. Lynch.
Just that you accept the plea as negotiated.
All right, who lives at that address?
I believe she used to live there, but is no longer living there. Is that accurate?
You don't have anything else that you need to get out of there?
No.
Okay, so Miss Strozier, if you have a situation where you're living with somebody, roommate, family member, a lot of times if it's a situation where y'all are living together, even though the law is more like there's more of a fine print to the law about it, what will happen is you'll be told that you have to evict that person. And generally 80% of the time, it is a situation where the person has to be evicted through process. It's very rare that you have somebody in the house that you can summarily dismiss. So if you're having roommate issues and things like that, y'all either got to work it out or you're going to have to go through the legal process to dismiss somebody. Okay, that's number one. Number two, ma'am, you got phones that you can open with your face or your thumbprint. Why would you think that if you give a false name, address, or date of birth that you wouldn't be able to be identified? Because not only are you going to be identified, but you are also going to pick up 2 charges that you didn't need to pick up. You picked up 2 charges, 2 state misdemeanors, state statutes that you did not have to pick up because it's too easy to identify people nowadays. So don't do that again, okay? You would have been in here with 2 charges as opposed to 4. All right, so I'm going to accept your plea of no load of counts 1, 3, and 4. I'll sentence you to 12 months to serve 30 days credit for time served. Balance will be suspended as long as you have no contact with Antoni Bradley Few and you do not go back to that location. That's count one. Count three will run concurrent, $100 fine suspended. Count four will run concurrent with count one, $100 fine suspended, and count two will be no pros. Now you can go back with the sheriff's office, and you should be released today, okay? All right, thank you, ma'am. All right, so the last case is Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson, do we need to have a hearing outside the presence? And if so, do we have to have a court reporter present? What do we look?
No hearing necessary, Your Honor. I would just like a bench conference with
Okay,
you.
all right. So I'll put the courtroom and Miss Adams in a breakout room, and then I'll join you.
Okay, thank you.
All righty. All righty. second. One second, y'all, I'm looking for something.
We're all back, Your Honor.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say that qualifying close for my third cycle. I just want to say that I appreciate being able to continue to do this job. I didn't get opposition, which I am really, really grateful for. But had I gotten it, I would have fought hard to continue to do this job because I really, really love it. So, and part of that is working with y'all. Mr. Lynch has known me since I was a baby judge. Because he's been here, you know, he was here pretty near the beginning and then has come back. And so I just think that this job is kind of the best job for me that I could ever have imagined having. And so I really just wanted to express my appreciation to everybody, to the clerk's office, to probation, to Mr. Holton Dennis, to the solicitor's office, to everybody, to Miss Martin, who is just kind enough to continue to work with us, and to Miss Powell, Miss Val, who are my bedrocks, to all of the bailiffs. I just want to express my gratitude to everybody for the ability to do this job and to work with amazing professionals who are very, very, very good at what they do. And so thank y'all. Appreciate
Thank
you.
you, Your Honor. I was very gracious. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. I mean, thank you, Your Honor. It's definitely an honor to get the privilege to practice in front of you. And I'm hoping to remind myself to try to step up my game and live up to that. Thank you, Judge.
Y'all do. Y'all challenge me. I appreciate it. Take care,
Yes.
everybody.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Judge. And yes,
All right.
congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, everybody, take care.